Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to your full moon in Leo fire ceremony. I'm Rebecca Rose. I'm the owner of Rebecca Rose Guidance. I'm a tarot reader and the high priestess of Spiral Within, a coven that I created to help people explore themselves more deeply by connecting to nature and syncing with the rhythm of the seasons. Astrology is another way that we can explore ourselves by looking at the placement of the planets and other objects and how they reflect onto our lives. And that's what we're going to be exploring today by looking at this conjunction in Aries between Venus, Lilith, and Chiron. This conjunction relates a lot to love and femininity and the wounds that we carry around that. Now, traditionally, they would say if you're female, that this is talking about yourself. And if you are a male, this is talking about what you're attracted to in the feminine. But it's 2020, and I think we all are realizing that we're a bit of a mix of both. So I want you to feel for yourself whether you want to connect more to exploring the feminine within you or exploring how you relate to the feminine in others. You can also do a mix of both, or go through this meditation 2 times, seeing it from both aspects. First, let's just quickly go over the players that we have going on. So we have Venus, the second planet from the sun. And Venus was named after the Roman goddess of love, beauty, desire, sex, prosperity, and victory. She is a transmutation from the Greek goddess Aphrodite into the Roman pantheon, and they were both born from the sea foam. So in Roman theology, she's the yielding, watery female principle to her male counterpart Mars, who is active and fiery. In astrology, she's seen as the harmonious aspect in relationships. She loves beauty and art and sensual pleasure. She's connected to Libra and Taurus. And she's also connected to the tarot card of the Empress, with actually a little symbol for Venus appearing on her pillow. Venus asks us to consider how we give love and how we receive love. What gives us pleasure? And what do we find beautiful in life? The other aspect we have, Lilith, is also a feminine principle. Astrologically, Lilith is just a mathematical point. She's called Black Moon Lilith. And it's where the moon is farthest from the earth each time it goes around in its elliptical pattern. So actually, Black Moon Lilith is nothing. It's just a dark spot, but it's tugging the moon into this elliptical pattern. Historically, Lilith is thought of sometimes as being connected to demons or a succubus, but she is actually Adam's first wife before Eve. They were made at the same time, and so she assumed that she was equal to Adam, and when they made love, she wanted to be able to be on top. And Adam didn't like that, so she left the garden, or was expelled from the garden, and then Eve was made to replace her from his rib, so she'd be subservient to him. If we look back further, though, Lilith appears in the old Sumerian religions as a snake goddess. She's connected to Ishtar, Inanna, and Astarte. In astrology, this is our darker desires. It is a very sensual placement. It can be a bit destructive. It has the energy of like a woman scorned, understandably so, with the story of her. This can sometimes come out as rage. She's connected to the occult and witches. But she also is independent and an adventurer and an outcast. And she doesn't dilute or people please. She's her full self. If she's angry, if she's passionate, she's there. So when we think about Lilith, we want to think, what turns me on? Especially things that are outside the norm, potentially. How do I like being different? Where do I feel trapped and like I'm holding myself back? And how do I want to be in control? Now the third player in this conjunction is Chiron. Chiron's an asteroid that sits between Saturn and Uranus and is named after a centaur who was known for his wisdom and medical knowledge. He's also known as the wounded healer. And in astrology, we see this as we're only able to help others once we heal ourselves. When Chiron conjuncts a planet, it is bringing the key to unlock the pain that's hidden there so that we can process it and grow from it. So Chiron is highlighting where we are holding wounds in our hearts, around relationships, and also around this feminine dynamic between this Venus energy and this Lilith energy. So I want you to think about yourself or people that you're attracted to. Lilith energy comes across as strong, independent, sexy, maybe a little intimidating, but maybe that's kind of hot. Freely expressing feelings, liking to be in control, maybe a little mystical. But they also don't feel comfortable being soft or vulnerable. They might not like compromising. Playing in gender roles might feel a little weird, even if they might like aspects of it. They might just want to rebel against it. Now Venus, when it shows up in somebody, is someone who is open and receptive. They're beautiful and gentle and charming and maybe a little submissive. They're open to compromising just for the sake of harmony in relationships. She likes to make others feel safe and loved, but she might have trouble speaking her needs clearly. Or she might stuff her more difficult feelings. They might explode out in inopportune times. She can sometimes be taken advantage of too. She's the fairy tale dream lover, the anima to the masculine. And if this is what you're desiring in a person, and one who doesn't a bit, how do you react as she balances her Lilith and expresses herself fully? Does it make you uncomfortable or maybe a bit confused? Have people shamed you for expressing an aspect of yourself or what you desire? Do you feel like you're supposed to be or want something that doesn't really resonate with you? Have former relationships made you question yourself? And I want you to think about your models of femininity that you were given from your family, either the actual feminine people in your life or how the masculine related to the feminine and what that taught you. What you learned from culture and friends, role models, or past love. Which archetype was praised and what aspects of it? And what aspects were shunned? Feel free to take some time to journal on this if you want to pause the video. I have all the questions that I asked linked in the description below. So use this time as you want to. If you're ready to continue on, I want you to think about your most significant relationships. Now, if you have the time and you want to dive deep, I want you to be able to look at anyone you've been intimate with, especially sexually, Feel free to pause anytime if you want to go deeper into anything. So we're going to remove the imprint that these people left behind on you and reclaim anything they took or that we separated from ourselves to make the relationship more comfortable. If you feel hesitant to release these bonds, don't worry, you're not losing the person. You're just losing their control over you. And actually, it's important to be clearing these energies, even in active love relationships, because we can get a little bit confused about what's our energy and what's theirs. So this is actually very healthy to do. Don't think of it as a mean thing or that you're cutting somebody off. I want you to think about your earliest love. When you think of them, do you smile or do you feel pain? What did they teach you about love and femininity? I want you to see a cord that connects you to them still. If you're very visual or intuitive, you might actually see it coming out of a certain spot on your body. And that can give you some clues as to how you were bonded. If you don't see anything, that's fine. Just use this as a visualization to put this connection into better focus for you. Now I want you to either physically, with your hands or in your mind's eye, grab a hold of this cord and start to pull it out of you. Anything that they put on you, any lingering hurts, anything that you want to let go of, feel it leave you like tendrils that are releasing their hold. When you're finished, thank this person for the lessons that they taught you and the love that you shared. Now think of your next significant love. Do you smile or hurt when you think of them? What did they teach you about love and femininity? See the cord that connects you. Take a hold of it and start to pull it out of you. Anything they put on you, any lingering hurts, feel them leave. Thank them for the lessons that they taught you and the love that you shared. Let's do one more together. Think of your next most significant love. When you think of them, do you smile or do you hurt? What did they teach you about love and femininity? See the cord that connects you. Take a hold of it. Start to pull it out of you. Anything they put on you, any lingering hurts, whatever you're ready to let go of, feel it leave. Thank that person for the lessons they taught you and the love that you shared. I know this can be an emotional process, so take your time. I encourage you to pause and repeat this process until you clear all the cords that you've formed or that you're ready to release. I'll be here when you're ready to move on to the next step. I'm sending you a big hug. I know that's a lot of work. You did great moving through that. So now if you have a candle, we're going to light it together. If you don't, that's okay. You can focus on mine. We light this candle to help us transform and transmute any stuck energy in our heart related to old love and how we feel the feminine needs to show up in ourselves or in those that we love. Take a moment to get your candle lit and begin to focus on it. See its ability to burn away anything that we feed it. Now I want you to take your paper and I want you to start writing out those past hurts from past loves. The things that leave you feeling raw and that still define how you see yourself. and how you define femininity. Now, if that's how you're seeing yourself, how you define yourself within the context of femininity, how past loves have seen you, if it's that you're attracted to femininity, how has the feminine hurt you? And how does sometimes it make you feel a little scared, maybe? I encourage you to take a minute, pause the video if you'd like to really dive deep into this, and really let it all go. Get it all out. Now, if you're doing this with a partner, an amazing activity for you to do is to take your paper, swap, and then apologize on behalf of the feminine, or as your partner, the masculine, for those things that have happened to you. It's beautiful and powerful. If you don't have a partner with you, that is okay. We are going to be releasing this right now. So, only if you have a fire safe bowl with you, either a cauldron or a glass bowl or a big pot, I want you to do this next step. Otherwise, you're going to tear your paper up into teeny pieces while we're doing this. And imagine it catching on fire with this. Take this page of hurts, and I want you to hold it to your heart. Thank these lessons and the new strength that you're finding as you release it. Now hold it to the flame, and once it catches, place it into your pot or your bowl. Watch how the fire consumes it. Feel its hold on you lessening as it disappears. See how you can rise from these ashes as the phoenix, reborn and free. Now, I'm going to ask you to do something kind of silly, but I'm going to do it with you. It's going to help us release any more of the stuck energy that we're holding on to. It's called lion's breath. Perfect for the Leo full moon, right? So think of the image of a roaring lion with its tongue out. We're going to breathe deep, and on our exhale, stick out our tongue, look up at our third eye spot, and make an audible exhale, kind of like a roar. It'll look like this. Kind of silly. As you exhale, feel any remaining gunk around your heart be expelled and released. Ready? We'll do this 3 times together. Inhale. Great job. Do you feel more powerful already? Or just a little silly? I'm feeling a bit of both. We have one more technique to amp you up. We're going to do breath of fire. If you have cardiac problems or high blood pressure, any spinal disorders, respiratory infection, vertigo, or you're pregnant, don't do breath of fire with me. Just breathe slowly and deeply while using the imagery. We will all imagine a flame starting at the base of our spine and growing stronger and brighter until it encompasses our whole body. You do breath of fire by sharply exhaling and passively inhaling quickly, like this. Breathe through your nose and really feel your diaphragm working with those sharp exhales. All right, ready to do it? Sit up tall and visualize that flame at the base of your spine. And let's begin. Long inhale, slow exhale. Close your eyes, bring your hands to your heart. Visualize this golden fire surround your body with loving warmth. Feel your heart expanding and filling with this golden light. Feel yourself being transformed and reborn in this new energy, like the phoenix. You have so much to share with the world. I'm so happy you took the time to connect to yourself like this. If you're not on my email list, but you want to do more celebrations with me, I have a link in the description box below, as well as some upcoming offerings listed, and the journaling questions if you want to dive a little deeper. I hope you have a beautiful full moon. Thank you so much for being here. Blessed be.